Remember as a child you dreamed of flying to the sky. Now there's nothing stopping you but doubts inside your own mind. You know that you can be whatever you would like to be. Your time has finally come. The world is ready now to see you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world starting with you. Yes, you have the power to make anything so. Only you and God know where you are really meant to go. Rest assured that all your dreams are born to come true. If you just find your strength inside and let it shine on through. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world starting with you. But do you love yourself as you know you should do? You are a child of God, no wall you can't break through. You've just got to believe that your great destiny awaits. All your wildest dreams will turn into your certain fate. So let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world. It will change the world. It will change the world starting with you. Starting with you.
Good morning, Unity of Payson. Oh, you can do better than that. Good morning, Unity of Payson. Good morning. All right. Thank you. Let your love unfold. There is a great reservoir of love, not down the road, but within us. And we let that love unfold into the world, and it makes a big difference. It raises up our world, our community. That's what we're going to talk about today. And would you join me, though, for a moment, just in opening prayer as we begin? God of all goodness, God of love, love that is the very source of everything that exists, love that nonetheless is within us, ready to be realized by us and expressed into the world. We're grateful that we can be vessels that do that. What a blessing it is to us. It lifts our spirit and as well lifts all of those with whom we interact, and maybe even beyond that from an energetic perspective. So bless us as we witness the unfolding of love within us this morning. Bless us as we share together. We are so grateful, and so it is. And now we will sing our opening song. If you'd like to join me by standing here in person, it's Rise Up. So we're rising up this morning.
Rise up to your elation. Rise up to your love. Rise up in celebration. Rise up to your joy. Rise up to your elation. Rise up to your love. Rise up in celebration. Rise up to your joy. Feeling heart's desire. Rise up to your love. Soaring ever higher. Rise up to your joy. Flowing with change. Rise up to your love. Dancing in the rain. Rise up to your joy. Rise up to your elation. Rise up to your love. Rise up in celebration. Rise up to your joy. Rise up to your elation. Rise up to your love. Rise up in celebration. Rise up to your joy. Digging in so deep. Rise up to your love. Waking from your sleep. Rise up to your joy. Feeling your release. Rise up to your love. Coming home to peace. Rise up to your joy. Rise up to your elation. Rise up to your love. Rise up in celebration. Rise up to your joy. Rise up to your elation. Rise up to your love. Rise up in celebration. Rise up to your joy. Rise up in celebration. Rise up to your joy. Yeah. Be seated. Wow. Let's see if I have a breath here. Welcome again to Unity of Payson. We're glad you're with us this morning. If you're with us virtually today, please enter where you're joining us from in the chat. And we want to recognize anyone new to Unity of Payson. If you're here for the first or second time, I don't see anybody here for the first or second time today. But if you're watching this later on YouTube and you're a first or second time visitor, we would like you to email us in the online contact us at unityofpayson.org, contact us page, and send us your email, and we will send you our weekly e-newsletter, which has all of our events, and it comes out on Mondays. And let's see, anything else? Neal invites everyone to remain after the service. We have fellowship in the back, and he likes to greet people online. Hey, Bobby, I see ya. All right. So let's say our blessing to those who have yet to find us and to those who are here. We love you. We bless you. We welcome you. All right. And now it's time for gratitudes. And if you have a gratitude to share, please raise your hand. And Miss Kathy has the Rudolph nose to put up to your mouth. It's a red microphone, and it only works if it acts as a Rudolph nose. And so now that you're going to be on, you have to play Rudolph, maybe you can still give a gratitude. So we're grateful for the events of last week and the technology that allows us to meet in this hybrid fashion. If you have a gratitude to share, let's do that now. And if you're online, you can raise your online hand and to be recognized. Anybody have a gratitude here in person? Pam has one. Is it on?
I had
Really close.
I had to take a trip up north for family issues, and I was worried about having enough money to pay for the trip. And before I left, the next thing I knew, my friends had taken up a collection and gave me a huge amount of money to make the trip.
Very good, very good.
And
Nice
I
support.
also would like to say a gratitude.
Take your time, breathe.
I had 2 pups for 18 years. They were litter mates. My pup Danny died April 2nd, the day after his 18th birthday. And Friday, his brother Jack went to heaven as well. And so I'm grateful that I had them for so many years, and they enriched my life for so long.
And they were lucky to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kathy. Okay, let's go to the next section. Oh, they're having a hard time hearing me. It's what it says. Sorry that you can't hear me. I'll keep talking anyway. Maybe you can read my lips. Okay. Unity is grounded in meditation and affirmative prayer, and we have trained prayer chaplains to support you. And there's 2 of us here today, Anne Marie, raising her hand, and myself. If you have a prayer request or would like some prayer, please tap one of us on the shoulder after service, and we will meet with you in a quiet, sacred place for prayer support. And if you are online and have a prayer request, please email your request to the address on the screen. Our chaplains are available to pray with you, and we will hold your prayer request. We also have a prayer box on the greeter table with some blank forms you can fill out. And we will hold your prayer request for 30 days and then forward it to Silent Unity for another 30 days. And they will pray 24/7 vigil. It's very powerful type of prayer. If you'd like us to contact you, please leave your contact information. And also, I want to recommend putting a first name of yourself or whoever it is that you would like prayer for, because we just use first names. Okay. And Unity of Payson's theme for June is compassion. Let's say our affirmation together. Divine compassion flows to and through me, and the world is lifted up. Today's speaker is Rev Neal, and the title of his talk is Let Love Flow Through You. And so it's time for metaphysical moment. And I did not bring Daily Word, but I have it on my phone if I can just get my phone. There's a wonderful free app. It's called Be Unity. And it has a lot of wonderful resources on it, including today's daily word. And it is prosperity. In fact, I'm not gonna, should I play it or I'll speak it? Today's June 9th, 2024, prosperity. I focus on the goodness of God and know prosperity. Sometimes I may worry, wondering if I will have enough of what I need. If thoughts of lack or limitation arise, I lift my thoughts from the things of the world to the truth of God. I focus my mind on the richness of divine life within me. I feel calm and assured as I remember I live in an abundant universe and am heir to everything God is. Even when my worldly fortunes shift, I am abundant in spirit. As I align my thinking with divine mind, I become receptive to divine ideas that prosper me. I claim prosperity and feel empowered as I do. My prosperity stems from my oneness with God. I count my blessings, feel grateful, and trust with understanding faith. I have enough. I am enough. And from Psalm 36:8, they feast on the abundance of your house, and you give them drink from the river of your delights. Amen, and so it is. And now our speaker, Rev Neal, will share the message with us.
Something was different about this morning for me. And I'm in unknown territory. I love the early morning hours. I usually get up and spend time in meditation and reflection and contemplation. Beautiful, the quiet of the morning. And on Sunday morning, all of the work I've done before on the message usually comes together, and I'm able to finalize notes and have a message to deliver to you. Well, I think I've got a message today, but I don't have any notes. So bear with me and know that the topic that we're talking about today, about that great reservoir of love that's within us, comes through us. And I hope that's true for me this morning, that I can share what's on my heart and share it with you and just allow it to come through. I go to familiar territory first. Shanti Olmsted. Well, I talk about that a lot, don't I? Because I really love it. Earlier this spring, before too much of anything was poking up from the ground, there were some gnarly old brown, brittle-ish looking vines. Didn't look like much. Didn't know if they were dead or if they were going to produce something sooner or later. They, of course, were the grapes. And Ram, the great counselor, didn't pay much attention to the grapes, just let them be. And nothing much happened right away. But soon life began to show. In the rest of the garden, life began to show in other ways. And the plants grew, and there was great work on preparing the soil, great work on fertilizing, great work on sheltering the plants when the heat was too great, but not for the grapes. The grapes just sat there and began to grow. Not too long afterwards, that vine that was up there and still didn't look any better, but branches were coming out from that vine, leaves, and eventually little tiny grapes, the promise of things to come. Well, the interesting thing I learned from my friend Ram was that while we were laying water lines for all the other plants, we were tending them diligently, we weren't doing that for the grapes because the grape has something unique about it. In a place where we don't see, that grape sends down what is called a taproot, a long, straight taproot, going down to where the nurture is, making sure that it meets with that aquifer, Ram said, 40 feet or more down. One straight, strong, and even substantial so that it stores the nutrients that it gets. Well, you know, when I was thinking about this, and that, by the way, the grapes are doing well. They're coming along really well without all the other stuff we did for the other plants because of that taproot. And to me, it's like the love, the compassion that's a resource deep within us. It's not something that we have to look to find, make sure we're pleasing whoever's going to give it to us. It's there in abundance, as we talked about prosperity. One of the prosperities we have, an abundant love, always there.
It's not working.
But it's not for us
My
alone.
earbud says not finding them. How come? Weird.
Blessings to all of those online who aren't hearing us this morning. We're sending the energy out. That reservoir of nutrition, that reservoir of life that is ready to come up and express as the grapes. That's the same thing we have, a reservoir of love and compassion, divine love and compassion. We talk about it often, the Christ within, being an expression of the divine, being connected, being one with the divine. Well, just like that taproot reaching great down into the rich earth, that resource of love is there for all of us. And it's only for the allowing, not for the working hard, only for the allowing it to express in our lives. Just a word about compassion. I really get a lot of support from people who attend Saturday Soul Boost and share with me their ideas. And this was one that came from Kay as she was sharing yesterday about the idea that when we think about compassion, we think about it with passion, to make it very simple. It starts with a passion. Implanted in us, in our unique identity, is a passion. Different for every one of us because we all have a unique identity. But there's a passion there, and that passion not only is for us to enjoy and delight in, but it's something for us to allow to come through us and spread into the world. You each have your own passions. Sometimes we think, oh, what is my purpose? What is my passion? Spend time in contemplation. It might be just the first thing that comes to mind for you. You'll find it. But that passion is shared by us allowing it to come through us expressing it in the fullness of our ability, whatever that ability may be. So compassion isn't thinking hard, well, I'm going to do this for the world, or this for my community, or this for my family. Compassion is allowing that all-wise fount of compassion within to nudge us with direction, to nudge us with insight, to nudge us with inspiration about where that compassion is to go. We must listen. Compassion is an opening of our heart, not only to take in all of the good stuff, but it's an opening of the heart to allow what's there to flow forth. Last week we talked about self-compassion. And yes, we redirect that compassion to ourselves, to our unique identity. But we also, as we begin to talk about that this week, let that compassion, let that love begin to flow through it in the unique way that only we can do. We open our heart to allow that conduit to be the expression mode. I like the word vessel. We become a vessel for that reservoir of rich, powerful, tender love to be expressed into the world. Now, the interesting thing is that there are different ways to get in touch with that passion. And we shared about this a little bit the other day. Sometimes it's our outrage that gets us in touch with our passion. What we would rage against. But that compassion, when it flows through, when we become the vessel for it, turns from our outrage into our kindness. We'll talk about kindness more in this series. But that compassion, whatever the door we get to getting there for us, will flow out in a way that it can be received in love by anyone who happens to be in the way of it. And we're the vessel for that. How exciting. Let's talk about that vessel thing a little bit. Being a vessel is our understanding of who we are as divine creatures. Many of us have an awareness that is, I wouldn't say many of us. I'm not going to include us in this because I don't think that's true. But much of our society has an awareness and a focus on what somebody's doing to them or on what situation in the world is just being unfair to them. They're victims. And they are in a state of victim consciousness, and all of us are there sometimes. We stew in our victimhood. But we can go beyond that, and this is a step up, and anybody can do this, even without thinking they're particularly spiritual. We can move to a victor consciousness, where the world's just not doing everything to me, but I am proactive in the world, and I'm doing something. I'm making choices. I'm making change in this world, and we know many people, spiritual or not, who are on that track as well. That's laudable. But even more powerful is what we're talking about today. Being a vessel to allow that love to flow through us. Making the choice to be the vessel. Because in our head awareness, we have some great ideas, but they're minuscule compared with the wisdom of the universe. And the wisdom of the universe it is that wants to flow through us, wants to flow out into the world. We're looking for our willingness for that to happen. Are you willing? Are you willing to take a look at what your passion is? Are you willing to open your heart, first of all, inwardly to the truth that love is the core of everything? That all of the created world, all that exists, has as its very nature love. And then are we willing to be the vessels through which that love enters our larger world? Oh, but there's so many excuses we can have. I don't have time. That's a big one. I don't feel capable. That might even come up more often. I don't know how. Just spend some time with that love within. Just sit there, deliberate, contemplate. Feel that love within. However you get in touch with that compassion, feel it fully. And then look to that love to give you direction on how to express it as well. And so you let your love flow into the world, not purely because it follows the guidelines of how you think, not because it's a good idea, it's a good workflow or something like that, but it's because it's in the flow of the universe. We talk about being in the flow. What about being the flow? Letting that beautiful, lovely, wise love flow into your world. So, how do you do that? Question we always ask. I've given you some tips already. Sit with it. Sit with whatever door that compassion comes through, whether it's enragement, whether it's just your heart longing for somebody else or longing for yourself. Sit with that. Don't try to scuttle it into the gutter real quick. Sit with it. Sit with it. You know, that's going to require some quiet and some time, but it'll be well worth it. Sit with that love and see what comes. And when you have the sense of what that love is for you, don't stop there. Affirm it. So let me give an example from me. If giving this message or teaching a class is my calling, is my unique ability to be in this world in uniquely the way I am meant to be, I should have no qualm about saying, I am eloquent, I am knowledgeable. Notice I'm using I am. What a great start to any affirmation. What about me saying, I'm a great speaker? Not doing this because I'm trying to build up myself out here. Doing this because it fits with who I really am. And for you, it's the same. There's something in you that you can be to a much greater level than you've been before because you know where it comes from, that core of love within you. You have a great sense of connection with that. You've sat with it, and then you're allowing it to move into the world. And this may be the most difficult of all of the things, to just allow it. Oh, we're so prone to want to work hard when we think, oh, I got to do that. I should do that. I want to do that. I ought to do that better. We don't just allow. And sometimes it's as simple as that. Getting ourselves out of the way in our usual mode of operation and allowing. There's a beautiful scripture that kind of, to me, pictures this very well. Interestingly enough, it's about grapes. In John 15, there's nearly a whole chapter that talks about, I am the vine, and you are the branches. And if we stay together, and by the way, that's a critical part of it, our sense of oneness with that love within us, our sense of oneness toward those with whom we would share our compassion. That same chapter says, love one another as I have loved you. The vine is the abundant source of life that stretches all the way down through that taproot into the riches of the universe. And we are out here on the branches. We are the ones that bear the fruit. We are the ones that say, and you've heard that fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, self-control, a list of those things. You'll know what they are. They'll resonate with your soul. These are there if we stay connected with that vine. We take that resource that's deep within us and allow it to express into the world. And will it make a difference? Huge. Huge. Will it bless the world? Yes. And you know what? For us, it will be double the blessing. That allowing ourselves to be the vessel for love to come into the world will bless us doubly. That's what comes from my heart this morning. I wish this for myself. I wish this for you. The more and more regular experience of allowing the love within to flow through my life, to be my life. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Neal. And that message was without notes, you guys.
You can tell I didn't wear my glasses.
That was amazing. I have just a little comment. I was thinking when Rev Neal was talking about a saying I heard from Marshall Rosenberg, who was a teacher of mine. And the saying is, don't just do something, stand there. And it was about presence, bringing your presence to wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And that presence is like a present, it's a gift. And so we have our meditation song, and now I didn't bring my notes. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song.
Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget thee. I will never forsake thee. I will never forget thee. I will never forsake thee. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget thee. I will never forsake thee. I will never forget thee. I will never forsake thee. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget thee. I will never forsake thee. I will never forget thee. I will never forsake thee. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget thee. I will never forsake thee. I will never forget thee. I will never forsake thee.
Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget thee. I will never forsake thee. I will never forget thee. I will never forsake thee.
Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget thee. I will never forsake thee. I will never forget thee. I will never forsake thee. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget thee. I will never forsake thee. I will never forget thee. I will never forsake thee.
That really was the start of our meditation. That heavenly direction to listen. So as we spend some time in quiet, do listen Do listen. Listen to your heart. Listen to that core of your being, which is not just the physical you, but the deep, deep spiritual you that is so much bigger than our many contemplations of ourselves. Listen. Listen to the Christ within. If you're questioning about what your passion or your purpose is, listen for a moment with me. Just listen. What comes to you? What just pops out there? You think, well, that's not big enough. It has a depth beyond what you know. You've got a finger on it. Let that seep back into your soul and into your consciousness, and then you'll know more readily how you express love into the world. It's going to be different for each of us. But you'll know when you listen. Listen to the song of your heart. Listen to the wisdom of spirit. How do I express this divine fruit, this divine harvest, this divine love in many forms into the world? Listen. You'll get the pointers. Listen long. Listen often. And you'll know not what's a great thing to do. You'll know what is yours to do. And you'll take from that a great deal of inspiration. And as you act on that inspiration with the insight you've been given, your world will change. You will lift up your world. You will be lifted up yourself. You'll be bigger. You'll be capable of more. You'll be greater. Because the divine from which you come is with you. Ever with you, not just within, but within the world. Take a moment now to take this all in. Learning to listen to your heart, the wisdom of the divine, the direction of the divine as you go forward in your life. So we bring our awareness back to this time, to this place, with gratitude. And so it is.
That listen song, we used to do it as a round. And I'm just thinking about Marianne right now, because Marianne used to lead us in singing before she moved away. I wonder if she could do it online sometime, virtually. That would be really cool. Okay, now it is the time to share our gifts and offerings. So Unity of Payson appreciates your gifts in support of this ministry. And these gifts also go out to the larger community as we tithe back. As you listen to the offering song, you'll have time to make a contribution. Information for giving is on the slides. Let's bring our attention to our gift at this time, and let's call to mind our heart's desire. Let's say that our heart's desire is to feel, to receive, and to express more love. And we can place our hands on our heart as we say the affirmation. Freely we give and freely we receive. And the offertory song is Heavenly Day.
Such a heavenly day, slick as ice, not a cloud in the sky. Very nice, wind in my hair, and everywhere there's a feeling of peace. But you tell me about the reason people change with the seasons. I don't have time for that. Oh no, I'm just grooving with the vibe. I can take being alive on this heavenly day. Well, you tell me about the passion in the night, that hating is in fashion. I say, why fight? I wonder if we can live in a world of love and wonder, wonder, wonder. I can see a new day of devotion, brothers and sisters, such emotion, working with our hands, doing the best we can, just grooving with the vibe. I can take being alive on this heavenly day. Heaven, heavenly, 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 heavenly day. Heavenly day. Oh, oh, oh. Heaven, heaven, heavenly day. Hey, yeah. Heavenly day. Oh, 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 oh. Heavenly day. I can see a new day of devotion, brothers and sisters, such emotion, working with our hands, doing the best we can, just grooving with the vibe. I can take being alive on this heavenly day. Heavenly, heavenly, heavenly.
Beckoned you. It is time for our dedication of the offering. We're grateful for these gifts. We're grateful for the abundance that these gifts serve. We bless the givers and we bless the gifts. And let's say together, divine love flowing through us blesses and multiplies all that we are, all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. We are abundantly prosperous, and we give thanks. And so it is. Amen. Thank you, Anne Marie. All right. I want to acknowledge a few things. First, this beautiful painting behind me, it's like coming out and touching me and hugging me. It's just coming out. And this is for us, for our sense of beauty and appreciation from Debbie. And she is the creator of this gift. And this is for the month for compassion. And the title is Mother? Mother's Love. I remembered the mother part. And beautiful, very beautiful. And, you know, as I'm listening to the song by Anne James, and who's singing it and playing the harmonica, and Jennifer, who is our music director here, I'm missing their presence for some live music. I'm hoping they'll come back for some live music soon. And we bless Jennifer and Steve, who's still in the hospital, and Anne is with Jennifer too. So we bless them, and we feel their energy even if they're not with us. And then I'm looking over here at these flowers, and I'm thinking of this piano, and the piano wants to play. And I'm thinking, where's Phyllis? And so I'm thinking we got to get Phyllis back. And anybody else who plays piano, I want to invite you to practice, and let's bring some live music back. It's time. And so that's just my spiel for that, listening to that song and what it brought to my mind. So talk to me or Neal if you play piano, or if you know someone who would play for us, and we'll talk to Phyllis too and see if she'll be back. Kathy, thank you for bringing the hymnals. We've got hymnals that Wings of Song hymnals that Phyllis knows very well, used to play from. So we've got a bunch of them now, so we just need to make the invite to her. We've got the hymnals, Phyllis, come on back. So next Sunday's speaker is our own Claudia Franklin. Reverend Claudia Franklin. She's ordained with science, religious science, or science of mind. And there's reciprocity with unity and religious science these days. So she's going to speak for us on Choose Compassion next week. And we saw her at the park last night, and it was her very first time at the park. And she was loving it. And the sky last night, oh my God, the sunset was incredible. I wished I had brought my phone, but I didn't. And but I wanted to take a picture, but a picture couldn't capture it. The whole sky was red and blue and white over us. And I was amazed with it. Okay, so I'm going to make some announcements now. We have a prayer chaplains meeting Saturday at 11 here in the boardroom. And we also have on Saturdays morning cafe at 9:30 and Saturday Soul Boost at 4 p.m. We have a new book study, and that's starting Wednesday, June 26th. I invite each of you to attend this, whether you come online, on Zoom, or in person. We're doing it both ways. And it's Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 7:30. And there's a sign-up sheet on the back table and a flyer and the book we're using, so you can look through it. It's called Discover Your Divinity. Oh, it's such a powerful book. And it's written by two powerful people. And one of them is Linda Martell Whitsett, who was the director of Silent Unity for quite a while. And I went to one of her services when I was in training there. And I just came away just absolutely empowered and mystified. And that's what I feel reading that book. And I've been reading it. And when I was reading the Daily Word today, I noticed some of you watching me, I was feeling it. And I'm feeling it right now. And you can tell, it radiates out. When someone is feeling that love, you can tell. So, and then we have Sunset on the Rim / Solstice Celebration, June 21st, before the book study. And that's at 6:30 p.m. And sunset is at 7:42 per Sir Tom. Please bring a drum, a chair, and some water, or your favorite, what you want to drink to keep you hydrated. We have a gift shop in the back. Donations go to Unity of Payson, and a library. And we have a new metaphysical, what is it, a Bible? A metaphysical? Fillmore Study Bible back there, which is thick. But very interesting. But we're going to take a look at it first. No, they can't buy it. It's a library thing. They borrow it and return it in 4 weeks. That's how that works. Okay, so now for a PS from Rev Neal. And we're keeping the podium like this so that people online can see the motherly love behind us.
I don't think there's anything left for me to say. So we'll end our service. We're going to do it in the way we often do it. We're going to sing the peace song today. And so let's circle up for those of us here in person, and we'll sing the peace song and have the prayer for protection as we close our service, and then get to the social time afterwards. If you're online, hang in there. I'll try and talk to you.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be, with God as creator, family are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every step I take, this is my joyous thought. I take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
And the prayer of protection together. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you so much for being with us. Tom, if we have a gallery still, we have some people. I don't know how well you've heard us. We've had some challenges this morning, but it's delightful to see all of you who are with us. Bobby, back from a trip. Ed, about to go on a trip. Also, Marianne and Frosty, and I think that's it. Good to see you all, Marianne. We're going to get you singing somehow for us, one way or another. Blessings, everybody. See you soon.